What's going on, y'all? Noah here again with Papa's Old Chevy, and I'm back at you today with Scott from the American Warrior Garage, and we're about to make our first trek in this beautiful 1980 GMC Jimmy that we have been working so hard on, and we're about to take like the 8 millionth trip that we've taken in Papa's Old Chevy to another car show. This car show that we're going to is all the way in Cartersville, Georgia. It's about an hour and a half or so from here, and the car show that we're going to is called Ridz by the River. This is the first time I've ever been to it. I think this is the first time that Scott's ever been to it as well. They're gonna be doing, I think, some raffles, specifically a Chevrolet 383 stroker motor, so I'm hopefully gonna get in on that. Let's hope that we win that. This is the first trip, like I said, that we're taking in this GMC Jimmy, so let's hope that that goes well. We'll hope that basically this whole trip goes well, and this will be the test to see how well we have done on the build. Once we get to the car show, I'll do as always. We'll walk around, I'll show you some different cars, we'll give you the ins and outs of the car show, and then after that, well, the video will be over, and then y'all have to stay tuned for more. But for now, we're about to get on the road. We're gonna have to go get some fuel, and then we'll be on our way. So y'all stay tuned, and let's hope this goes really good. And before we do anything, like I said, we gotta get some fuel. And this is a strain in the pocket. Dear God! Ah! Not to mention how much it costs up to fill this daggum Jimmy. It's got a tank bigger than mine. And before we can really get going down the road, we're gonna have to stop to get a rear view mirror for the Jimmy, because she ain't got one. All right, so we made our first stop to get a mirror for the 80 Jimmy because it doesn't have a rear view mirror. Now, we did find one, but we have a bit of an issue. Let me show you. But when we got back in the truck, well, absolutely nothing. So what's the first thing you typically do when a truck won't start? Well, you grab some rubber cables like so. But when we checked the battery, she read just fine. I mean, she read 12 volts, and we know the alternator's not the issue because, well, we had to jump off the truck beforehand. So the only other thing that it really can be is possibly the starter. And after doing absolutely nothing, get back to the truck and try it again. So at least now we know we're gonna have to replace the starter on this old Jimmy because, well, it won't start after it gets hot, which that's a common problem with these things. So we're gonna get that replaced. But the good news is we don't have to take the Jimmy back home, and she's still good to go. So we're gonna get this thing on the road, and we are still going to the car show with 2 square bodies. And as part of every car show, there's always a line of traffic that we have to sit in. All right, y'all, we have made it to the Ridz by the River. We've got both of our beautiful square bodies parked. There is so many freaking cars here, I don't know what to do with myself. Now this car right here, yeah, this is probably one of the most expensive cars that anybody here has, well, laid their eyes on. This car is worth $1.2 million final build ticket. Oh, well, that about wraps it up for the car show for today for Ridz by the River. The car show turnout for Ridz by the River was phenomenal. I would bet that there was probably about more than 1,000 cars there in one field, which is insane. I've never seen anything like that. If you want to be a part of that, I got great news for you. On October 15th at the address right here in Cartersville, Georgia, they're going to be doing Ridz by the River for, I think it's like the 6th time. They've been doing it for like 4 years or so. But they do it, I think, maybe once a year, twice a year. I'm not really sure. We're just now getting into it, but I highly recommend coming out and supporting. They've got raffles. They've got stuff for the kids. They've got stuff for literally with everybody. Food, drinks, the whole 9 yards. By the way, speaking of raffles, we did not win that 383 stroker motor, but some good news. The 1980 GMC Jimmy that we've been working so very hard on had absolutely no issues other than the starter getting too hot. And well, that's obviously, it's a common problem. We're just gonna replace that starter and then the Jimmy should be good to go. The 78 C10, Papa's old Chevy, she did phenomenal. She always does. Y'all stay tuned for more rebuild videos. Stay tuned for more installs on the Jimmy because there's a lot more coming. But other than that, for today, I am done. So peace. I love y'all. Later, and I'm out.